We are the really interesting part of the project VHP X right now, because technically everything is frozen, the bike is rideable, the bike is tested, but yeah, that was the fun 80% of development. Now comes the boring 20%. If you are new to this channel, this project is about documenting how we develop a mountain bike frame for gravity use. The frame combines CNC machined aluminum lugs and filament round carbon tubes that are bonded together. The boring 20% means getting suppliers aligned, orchestrating all the supply chain. There's a lot of suppliers involved. We don't just make a call in Asia and say, take care of that shit. We actually have to build all the bills of materials internally and put suppliers behind every little piece. Every update requires communication, and yeah, I think Luca was full buried with this stuff last week.
I am still.
You are still?
In the tunnel.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe you can explain a little bit about what you did the last week.
What I did the last week, basically, I modified all the little parts which needed like to be upgraded, and then it also implies to change all the drawings we sent to the suppliers. Basically, it was where I was standing the last days.
Yeah,
and
there
right
are
now,
some refinements we are making for durability based on the FEM and EFPA results. But there are also some little optimizations that we do for make assembly easier, remove parts where we can. As for example, the bearing spacer between the two main pivot and the rocker pivot. Maybe you can explain what we want to do there.
Yeah, okay. So first step, we use the same spacer for the two pivots. So then instead of using two parts as before, we have only one more part.
Yeah, the reason we can do that because now we add 4 bearings on the main pivot as well, right?
Yeah, that's true. And other point where we were assembling the part all the time, the little spacer was falling down, then we need to align it to put like the axle, and it's like every time maybe 30 seconds lost, but it was annoying, so
yeah,
for that.
Sometimes it was falling out and you had to take the whole bearings out, so sometimes you were losing 20 minutes or more.
Yeah, okay, so we don't want that, so we will make like a larger spacer, so then it won't like fall down anymore, and yeah, then
it centers nicely, and we probably do it out of
POM.
The POM. Yeah, it's a very durable and strong technical plastic, and so it can basically have a little bit touch with the aluminum and center nicely. Yeah, initially we thought to do it with O-rings. Yeah, but whatever doesn't have to be there can be gone.
Yes.
So that brings us basically to where we are right now with the manufacturing and production. 50 reservations, more than 50 actually, 60 reservations are out. Some go for a racing team that we are building up right now, a little local racing program. Pretty excited to launch that pretty soon. And yeah, we have to actually source all the tubes. We're still waiting on confirmed delivery dates. That's the reason why we didn't open the real orders yet. We want to be really sure and coordinate it well. It's a lot of orchestration with so many suppliers involved, and we don't want to make a promise before we go live. We will start selling this product in 2 phases. There will be an official launch scheduled for May, and as soon as we have all the information available, we will make the reservations launch, and only people who have the reservation will be invited with a secret link. So if you are keen, get yourself a reservation. It's still open. Only the delivery time will be a little bit longer compared to the people who already have the reservation.
And do we still have some free spots?
No, not really. The first 50 is the ones we prioritize, and they're all gone.
Okay.
So in the meantime, we are also optimizing our manufacturing process, and we realized putting the bond on the tube and into the lug and then squeezing it together is a very, very ugly process. So we are spending a lot of time testing different injection methods and different hole positions. We found now a really good setup. And that basically was the last and final thing that you could clear the head tube drawings, right? So that's basically right after the video, we will probably start modeling the head tubes. And yeah, this is very, very important for us to have a really clean and repeatable process, because yeah, we don't want to just make a artsy-fartsy artistic 2 frames in a month and take a whole week to make a frame. We basically are planning to make 2 to 3 frames a day. At least that should be our target capacity. If it's a little bit calmer in summer or whatever, we're also happy to take a vacation. Right, so that's about that. So now comes a little bit of a rollout strategy, I would say, because we are a super small team. Essentially, Luca is doing all the engineering alone, and I'm just running the whole gong show, trying to yeah, manage the chaos. And that means we have to prioritize. And we've decided to roll out size large and size medium large, like the middle size, first. The first frames also will be with the long downhill shock. We are still yeah, finalizing the shock extender, right?
Yep.
And also the first frames will come with the button bracket kit. That basically, yeah, you can probably take that over, because there's still some details to be done for the pinion mount.
Yeah, sure. Yes, I'm finalizing the plates to all the gearbox, and where we will probably have the more work is to modify our chain tensioner.
Yeah.
Because the position of the gearbox
changed, right?
Changed slightly, so that means that we have more clearance in this bike. So for example, you will be able to run the +10 dropout in a 29 configuration, which was like impossible before. But that also means that we need to make some change.
Yeah, so we can't inherit that part. And also you plan to move away from this 3D printed crash plate?
Yeah, we thought about machining an aluminum one, which will be like way more durable and more robust.
Yeah, and it can also enforce the mount of the tensioner, right?
Yeah.
I think if you remember the pink bike review, I think, or the pink bike, was it? Yeah, there had
yes, yeah.
One of the threads came out from the pinion, and this is like a not super rare case. It happened to a few people, and it's a warranty nightmare. It's actually not cool. I mean, Pinion was taking good care of everyone as far as I know, but it's something we have to optimize. Yeah, obviously the threads aren't strong enough. So now you have a rough roadmap for the rollout. So yeah, we'll be working on it the next weeks. Hope to have all the data, kinematics, geometry, interfaces ready sometime next week for the secret launch. And then a full poppy, nice color launch with all the videos and all the fancy pictures, probably in May. Yeah, we've been also working on the full black version. It's probably really nice.
The black pearl.
Yeah, it's the black pearl, and there's a hidden shock. You will probably learn more about it next week. Guys from Intent are cooking. And yeah, this is going to be turned into a full Intent dream build. So that's probably the project for next Friday. So see you around. Have a good weekend. Bye bye.